Well, hell, for the first time, I can't think of a song that I'll play, so I just decided not to. So I wanted to come by real quick and say something. Um, and I looked at the votes on the thing, and first of all, I want to say this as far as people that are on this channel that are literally trying to hold me to like the conclusions of these people and trying to pretend that people have this power over me and how people see me is really disappointing. Okay, the fact that they're and like I said, I personally think that there was a lot of fake votes on that because there's certain people that I guess I think it's ridiculous. Like to me it's I don't want to say it's almost unreal. It is unreal. It is not real. Okay? The fact that you believe that you can keep me binded or bound to a situation that I want nothing to do with. I'm not even gonna get into it. It doesn't matter if I met up with that person. Nobody has the right to hold somebody hostage in social media to a situation. And so I'm just going to assume that either people are like, oh, I don't know what she's talking about. That has nothing to do with me. I don't want to hear about that because a lot of the people that are in my true life, like besides my sons who are dealing with it with me, it doesn't matter to them. It's a silly drama in social media that has nothing to do with my reality nor my destiny to just keep going with it. It should have been done years ago. The whole like to be honest with you, the whole situation was more so like a glitch. Like the whole thing, and I was communing when I got done with my work that I had to do. I was communing with my mother. My mother was a very powerful Virgo. And what mother says goes. And she's like, that stuff is like a glitch that you are not bound to the rest of your life. Like, so first of all, I don't even really know what was said during that live because I didn't listen to it at all. I'm not going to continue to. First of all, why would, with me, I'm going to tell y'all something with me. I don't need it for motivation. I don't need it for confirmation. I don't need to hear a bunch of negative things said about me at all. Like negative affirmations, those things are very toxic. And if you are watching those things, this is the reason why I have highly, highly discouraged it because I don't even hear it. I didn't hear one word of it, of any of it. I don't listen to it at all. Not at all. It just makes no sense. And that's why I said that we're not aligned. I'm not aligned with those people. You know what I'm saying? I've never been aligned with people like that. That it's just constant negative, negative, negative. That's not a good time for me. That's not something that I enjoy doing during my spare time. I'm not sadistic, nor am I a masochist. You see what I'm saying? So, but I can just about imagine because I did open it up, didn't listen to it, like literally, like, no, I don't feel like having bugs and parasites in my ears. Mm-mm. But I could see the chat. And so there's this one chick. from California who I've highly encouraged her to quit lying on me. She's went around saying disgusting things. Some people just wasn't taught any better. So I can just about imagine probably what was being allowed to be said. Okay. And y'all got to understand that right now I am at a point in my life where I have a lot of important things that are going on, and I can't be a participant in that, like, ever. Like, ever. Like, I've never been able to be a participant of that. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can force you. Nobody can force me. It's weird how people don't understand that and they don't have boundaries. You know, there's no grown adult that should be coming to social media and ever explaining themselves over and over and over again in a constant cycle of doing things that you should not be doing, being around people and associating yourself with people that you shouldn't be around, and then coming to social media discussing it. Like, it makes no sense that anybody would have to do that as a grown adult, except for the fact that people are trying to start shit. And that energy has to be reciprocated. I don't receive it at all. um I'm just gonna tell you straight up and down, gang stalkers and people like that and people that are obsessed with you, they will lie on you. And and it was different for me. It wasn't just negative talk, it was actual false witnessing, and made up lies, smear campaigns. And so those things were done not just to ruin my life, destroy my life, stop me from being on my path, for revenge, but it was also done after a while. People could figure out that they could get my attention by doing and saying things. And I'm just not falling for the trap. It's a trap. So I won't be responding. I have nothing to say to or about that person. I'm not going to get into the details either. Many people that I am actually aligned with already understand. Like, it's understood. It's no need for me to come on here and go into details and things of that nature. I mean, honestly, I'm one of those types of people is that, if you have integrity and opulence as well as class and dignity and self-respect, you're going to provide it to that's what you project out to the world. I didn't come on here to do things like that. Like, that's somebody else's actions, that's somebody else's will, that decided at some point in their lives that they wanted to come on here and use social media to try to do harm to people. That's not what Jamila is about. So I'm not participating in that, and never have I participated. I have not. I have said my piece about certain things. I have tried to make light of it. You know how when you just kind of, go, ha, and kind of laugh something off. But to this point, what's the point? What would be the point? What would be the power in it? Nothing. It's silly to me. It's silly to me. You know what I mean? Hey, Stefan and Unicali. So you can't. hold somebody hostage for 20, 30 years, 40 years, the rest of their lives, saying lies about them, or either saying something that you believe would trigger them into getting mad so that they can respond to you. Why would I be mad about things that are being said that are either false witnessing, smear campaigns, made up crap, or somebody calling me out of my name? What is the point in consistently? I've never seen the point in doing that. How can you actually? And then see, here's the whole thing about it, y'all. When you are someone that, like I said, I work a part-time job for right now. And you know what? I really like that job. It's, I like the fact that I'm providing a good service and I'm getting paid for it. But, honestly, when you are manifesting things for yourself, that actually can be very counterproductive. And it's a lot of other stuff that I could talk about, but it's my personal professional business as far as how it began to be actually empowered, because that's never had power over me. Y'all got to understand that that same crap has been going on for well over 10 years. The same thing. And then keep in mind that it's not healthy to the mind, body, and spirit. um it's verbal abuse daily, weekly stress. No thank you. No thank you. Okay, so we all know where, well, yeah, exactly, Stefan, we all know where that came from. And from what spirit told me is that if it's a lie being told about me, it's already been done, that it's going to be awareness, that, because the people that we're talking about are known for lying about things like that. Like, and it's unfortunate for anybody to believe that. It's led to nothing but misfortune for the people that believed any of it. And you know what? That negative karma, it goes to the person that made it up. If listen, if somebody tells a lie on you, a big lie, okay, it's important to definitely, when you talk to whatever your spirits, your spirit guide, your saint God, whatever it is, why waste your breath going on and on? And like I've never seen anybody do that though. Like, it's bizarre and weird. It's like their life depends on this lie. If they keep saying it over and over again, why do you have to keep responding? So, like I said, I don't know what was said. I can imagine, because there's people that are very perverse, uh, and they constantly think about me and my children sexually, as well as me and young children, not young children, but me and another person. For some reason, that's their bag. That's what they apparently are into. That's what they fantasize about. And but they want me to be their fantasy, apparently. Okay. So that's the only thing I can think of. So that's why I don't even respond to that anymore. And those people are being watched. There's, you know what? There's bad monitoring spirits. There's good monitoring spirits. If they got anything to say that's a lie, my spirits are there monitoring and manipulating and making sure that those things do not hurt me or anyone else that is innocent. You know what I'm saying? Because that's sad. That's sad for you to, for people. The whole thing was just ridiculous. And I don't see nothing good coming for those people. Like I said previously, when you think you hurting somebody else, you hurting yourself times 100. That's a fact. So, that's, that's just that. For me, life is too worth living. I've got too much to be grateful for, and I'm creating things, and I'm going to manifest things to be grateful for, you know, and I want to enjoy those things, like when I do y'all manifestation work, like if it's money unblocker work or money manifestation work or things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? I don't just put that, I put happiness. Happiness, I'm one of those people that happiness is a virtue. Is I think you'd have to go look up my personality type where happiness is a virtue. I was hearing somebody talk about that, but I was half asleep and so I'll stumble upon it again and probably share like a video with y'all. I'm not doing it. I cannot. I cannot. I don't have time. Like I said, prior to all of this mess, what did I do? Okay. Uh, raise my children, spend a lot of time with my children, dealing with being a parent, okay? And just having fun in life. Just ask any of my children. They like, my mom is so peaceful, and it just what else? I'm a Cancer. That's pretty much the type of mothers that we are typically. I mean, there are some that might be a little different, but I am one of those types that not only do I like for my loved ones to feel safe and secure, but just joyful, and just then I'm a healer. So, I like for people to feel healthy. I like for people to feel strong. I like for, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And it's a flow of life. I'm a water sign. You know what I'm saying? Like I cannot change that. Like my sun sign is a water sign, but I've got a lot of Mercury, and it ends up like that. You know what I'm saying? What I will tell y'all is that as somebody that is an entrepreneur, witch with a witchy business, what good would it do me sitting around listening to some man say, "You ain't nothing, you ain't crap, you ain't this, you this and that," and that is extremely oppressive. You know, hey, my feet hurt. That's extremely oppressive, and who wants to be around that? I'm not that type of person to I don't deserve that. Somebody constantly being negative, because when you speak negative things, what are you doing? You're creating struggle. So why would I have a romantic partner that's like that? Like I'm not gonna like, yeah, no. No, no. That's the extent that I'm gonna speak to that, because like I said, um responding makes it worse. And so I'm not responding. I'm going to choose to ignore. If some of y'all want to judge me based upon what this person is saying or has said, hey, that's on you, not on me. I personally feel like energetically it's very miserable. It's not miserable for me. It's never been, because I know who I am. I know who I am. I know my power, and I know my future. And like I said, a romantic partner doing that, yeah, like that's like pretty much a no-brainer. Like, no. Okay. Oh, that Pepsi is good, because it's being done for the purposes of not only abuse, degradation, taking something away from somebody, but then also it's being done for control, with the hopes that you can control somebody, you know? So that's the main reason why I won't be responding. No, thank you. And I don't even know what was said. I just know I saw the person doing it. And I want people to know, like, that's why I titled it that. That's why I titled it that, because this person will get in a mood to where they won't even listen to me, because, listening to a beautiful, intelligent woman, it's kind of difficult. Some people like to hear people just talk crazy, like crazy people. Okay. You have to be prepared to listen to some kind of intelligence when you're listening to me, things that make sense. But what will happen is that because of that inability to actually listen to me, that's been there for a long time, people will come and say, "Oh, she said this and that," just to see people go. I'm not nobody's puppet. I ain't never been nobody's puppet. But then again, there are some people that try to carry on the being the manipulator, the master manipulator, and the puppet at the same time. So I'm just not doing it anymore. I don't watch any of it, to be honest with you. No. Energy way too bad. No, thank you. Okay. But what I will have time to do a little bit later, probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I will show you guys some new dolls that I made for certain purposes. Okay, I got a new transmutation doll and all of that. A war doll. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm just not interested in none of that, you know? And in order for a person to do that, you would have to have a lot of inner conflicts. I've never really had that inner conflict like that. Even with chaos around me. I've been a Buddha baby since I was a baby. What's a Buddha baby? It's somebody that's aware, like, even with chaos going on around them, I would be meditating, elevating constantly. I didn't just do this just to come on here. I've been the same person for a long time since I was a baby. When I got a little bit older, that's when I started smoking of the hashish, the marijuanas, and then I was really like, you know, which I don't smoke right now. I don't. I haven't. You know. Mm-mm. I think that there comes a time when it's like, you got to kind of cleanse your system, give your mind, especially when, like, for me, I can't drink when I'm depressed. I've done it before, but when I realize that I've done that, that's actually in the Bible where it says, let them drink to not think about their worries. I like to drink when I'm celebrating. I don't like to have no alcohol when I'm sad about something. And that's actually something that I started doing after, I've never really had a problem with alcohol like that. Like, but I did in 2000, and it was a brief stint in 2018 to where I would use, wine as a to help me cope. And when I realized when I had to get up in the morning and have a glass of wine, I said, "Oh no, no, no!" And mm-mm, mm-mm. That was only a few times, and I was like, "Oh hell no!" Now, if I'm sitting out on my balcony or my deck staring out at a big old lake at my lake house, after I've had a hectic day or something, I'm gonna have me some really good red wine, go step out there and just, have me a little cigarette or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But as far as, like, I'm not the type of person that believes in drinking your problems away. Everybody was born with spirits that guide them, And this is the reason why we call to our spirit guides and why we're being encouraged to do so. Okay. I'm not trying to have a spiritual debate with anybody. And then also, what I recognize is that there's a lot of jealous haters out there, and like they kind of want to be me and they want to try to give me advice. And it's like 9 times out of 10, I already know. Like, I have apprentices, and I have people that I work very close with. I'll take their guidance, even if I feel like they're not understanding me fully. I'll listen to them. I'm not going to listen to my enemy. Your enemy has no good information for you. I mean, what the hell? All they want to do is either be you or destroy you. What's the point? And it's not like I'm trying to be friends. I'm not. I don't have to. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to be foes. We don't have to be nothing. That's the type of person that I am. That's the type of person that most healthy minded people are. It's like, okay, well, okay, That's why I was saying, y'all, that spiritual advice is not the same as just practical advice all the time. That's why people come to me to get readings, because I'm very unbiased. People need you to read the situation. They don't need you to say, girl, and da 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 da. No, that's just like, I discovered the whole spiritual marriage thing years ago, been helping women with that. If I was just that type of person to be like, girl, I can see what's going on, and girl, let me tell you. No, the clients need real spiritual advice to say, hey, this point is meeting up with this point. There's an entanglement right here. There's a cord right here. There is a bondage right here. That's what people need. They don't need somebody to go, girl, let me tell you. I mean, we can say that, but I can say girl all day. Sis, you know what I'm saying? We can, hey, we gonna do that, but you know what? You gonna get some real information. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let me tell you something. You need Saturn right now. You know what I'm saying? You need, sometimes spirit will say, well, you got too much of this, which, during the retrogrades, it's never too much. And so, like, when folks be talking about me or live or whatever, or sitting at home obsessing over me, listen, what I'm doing, like, my clients, they can sit and listen to me because I am a liaison between their guides, so they can think about me. But somebody thinking about me in a negative way, I'll be over here literally, like when I get off of here, I think I'm gonna binge watch Charmed until I go to sleep. I'm gonna eat something. Try to get, damn it. So, oh yeah, dessert, which is cookies and milk. Okay, yeah, Unicali. See, that's one of the reasons why I don't drink, because I like to have my cookies and milk at the end of the day. Okay, so I'll be sitting here sometimes, and I'll just get like a message, and I'll just write it down. Like, let me look at this later. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or either let's explore this. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on some next level high alchemy magic and stuff in spirit, and then not just the high magic, but the dirt magic, the core, the inner core of the physical, metaphysical, and spiritual of the earth. I'm just, and it's not gonna change. But I don't need to change. The only thing I needed to do was grow. And growth is not about starting like going to the bottom, and then no, it's like I was already grown. Like, I went through like a 10-year spiritual process. All this started when I was 37 years old. I had already been doing the inner work and preparing, you know what I'm saying, for my spiritual path. Mm-mm-mm. No, you didn't come in here talking about some strawberry shortcake ice cream. No, you didn't, girl. That's another thing that I do. I like to look Hey, sorry about that, y'all. My internet dropped for a second. It's we got to plug in our internet booster. We don't have it plugged in yet. Um. So anyway, what's that Vine say? Yeah, I'm back, Stefan. Ooh, red velvet. Oh my god, I love me some red velvet. I want to try that. It's like I saw like a burnt cheesecake, but I also want to try some creme brulee. That looks so good to me, brulee. I don't have one of them torches yet, but I'm planning on getting one. So yeah, definitely very much into cooking and things of that nature. I don't. I just. I'm sorry. I'm just. And if people want to make up some fantasy about me in their head about who I am or what my place is in life and all that stuff. Hey, those things are going to hurt you and never me. You can't just see somebody and just decide to make up your own story around them. And let's face it, my entire story, like they literally tried to rewrite my whole history. Well, I'm like, yeah, no, it's weird. So whatever, I personally feel that the less you're exposed to it, the less that you ever have to worry about it affecting you karmically. I don't even want to hear it. Your ears are so important. Which zodiac sign is that's connected to the ears? It's the Taurus. Uh-huh. I think that I found out it was the Taurus, which was kind of strange. But because I was kind of surprised about that. So I'm not on that. And honestly, I know that a lot of people have fun doing that or whatever, which I mean, everybody hates the queen. Okay. But you ain't gonna never turn me into the village idiot. So, trying to turn me into the village idiot only makes you the village idiot. Okay. So whatever. And I don't even want to do that. Like I'm like, I don't like, hey man, here's the olive branch. I don't want an olive branch. Well, why not? Don't you like olives? I love olives. Black ones, green ones. I think they even have a white olive out there. You know what I'm saying? I like olives. They go perfect in martinis and stuff, so and then food. Okay. So anywho, y'all. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. So not responding, and then plus I'm not gonna, like, how you see some people listening and playing it back, and see that's not a part of my brand anyway. Like, please accept that if you have fun with that, with what they're doing, I'm not gonna judge you. I feel like you should learn new ways of having fun, but I can't, just take it all with a grain of salt, and stop allowing it to don't well I'm not going to say that. Don't allow it to not don't allow it to stop you from coming and getting my Bombay ass spiritual services. That's all I can say. Okay. So, yeah. And I do a lot of mundane things, you know what I'm saying? That's not it. Like I said previous, my life was not chaotic. There was stuff brewing on the underbelly that spiritually I knew I would have to deal with eventually, but not that. Okay. So, I look at my mother in the afterlife, and the first thing she always says to me is, I did not mean to align you with that. That was not like, I can't believe it. That's what my ancestors say, as far as like my maternal ancestors. Now, I do have people in my family that hate my damn guts, I believe. People that hate you, they do slick stuff like give you backwards compliments and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I just stay away from those people. You know? So, anywho. Now, I do know one thing. I'm going to tell them this critique is that a lot of them came from dysfunctional families. Why would you, if you're not around in, your dysfunctional family, like if your whole family was messed up, like we just got a few problematic people in our family, but I don't judge everybody as a whole because of that. You know what I'm saying? But why would you come to YouTube or social media to find an exact match? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like, but you can't tell grown people what to do because sometimes people will do things even if it's not a good thing, just simply under the guise of them being grown. Okay, I can say something stupid because I'm grown, and it's like, okay, okay, I can do something stupid. I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. It's like, well, mm, you can be grown, but you can also be very immature too. You know what I'm saying? And there's ways of having fun. And like, I've always been, I don't know, I've always done like adult fun. There's a way to have a really, really, really good time, and that ain't it. Okay, I'm sorry, you know. So the consciousness really needs to be that, when they get to talking about me, if you watch them, just kind of close it off and be like, oh God, here we go with this again. Why? Like, she's not a part of that. You tried to force her to be, but you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Hello. I know you want to. I know you want to, because I could sense somebody trying to bind me to that situation. Like, oh, goodness. No, thank you. And they better keep TikTok around, man, because, I'm up when I, probably at some point before I drift off into a beautiful sleep. I'm gonna scroll through my TikTok and see what the people that I'm following on TikTok are doing. And I always get to see little beautiful things, on TikTok, especially some of the witches that I follow. Oh, I just love their witchy aesthetic, that they have achieved. It's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's pretty much it, you guys. Like I said, um, nobody can just come up to somebody and say, I'm going to define your path because, I can see beautiful things. Did y'all know that I was really into artwork and antiques and stuff, and just I'm into stuff like that, totally. Like everything that I'm into, like I'm into all things beauty, artistic. I love architecture, things of that nature, gardening, and stuff like that. Like that, no, it's not even on a list. Like it's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even on the list. It's not on my to do list. Like when I get up, like I look forward to it when I get up. Like no, there are some people that do. Don't you think that it may be, if you like hearing people talk shit about Jamila, you think that maybe it might be some underlying, because of your underlying, you know, possible jealousy for me, or either just your need to, I guess, hear negative things about people that you actually like. Okay, because I'm like Jermaine Dupri. Oh, I think they like me. Definitely. That's just how I am. I'm sorry. I mean, what did they think? Did they think it was gonna kill me? Like. Oh goodness gracious! I'm not even gonna get into that and go there. I'm not gonna go there about that situation. Yeah. Let me see what Unicali talking about. Oh, I still got the strawberry shortcake ice cream up there. Yeah. And with that being said, where's the moon at right now? What we about at, like 30, 40%? Let's just say this. Let's clear the airwaves like it needs to be cleared. Regna terde cantata deo soliti sernonos. Regna terde cantata deo soliti aradia. Kali dus terre, humiliter majeste, gloriae tue explicamus. Ut ab omni infernalium spiritum poteste, liqueo in deceptione nequitia, ominous fallace libera nos dominates. Exorcismus uominis amunda spiritus, ominous satanica potestis, ominous incursio, infernalius adversary, omnis legio, omnis incongresio secta diabolica, ab insidious diaboli libera nos dominates. Ut coven tuam secura tibi libertate, severe facius te ragamus adinos. Ut inimicus sancte circulaire, hemerlaire dignaris te ragamus adinos. Terribilis deus interio sue, surnanos ipse traderit virtutum plebe sue. Oradia ipse fortitudinum plebe sue. Benedictus deus gloria patri, benedictus dea matri gloria. Blessed be. And thank you so much. Thank you. Blessed be. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? I will see y'all. I'll be seeing y'all. Y'all know that the lady that invented the hula hoop died at 101. I said, dang, that lady lived a long time. Probably hula hooping. All right, y'all. I will see y'all soon. Have a wonderful evening. Blessed be to the witches. All right. Yeah, she passed away today. Mm-hmm. So, anywho, I gotta go. I'm tired of talking. You know what? I'm quiet a lot. Like, I may seem like I'm kind of a loudmouth or whatever. I'm actually very quiet. I just be sitting there being quiet. Like, I do talk every once in a while. Of course, when you're talking to your folks and stuff. But this is quiet time right now. Okay. So, let me go. Okay. All right, y'all. Anyway, for my supporters, uh, love you guys, and to my haters, love yourselves, okay? All right. Yes, she did, Stephon. Yes, she did. All right, I'm gonna give my voice a rest, okay? Because I just got done reading a 3-page handwritten petition back to back. So I actually just came on here just to say that, okay? I know that to some of the people, they like, this was boring. Boring is good. Boring is good. Being bored sometimes. uh, yeah, I'm definitely the type of person that y'all gonna catch just kind of curled up by the fireplace, just kind of like people come in and be like, what are you doing? I'm just laying here having me a cup of chai tea or something, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just very relaxed. And yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. My kids are like that too. My 3 oldest though, when they were younger, boy, they was rambunctious. But that was, my family has even evolved a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Well, they've gotten older now. You know what I'm saying? Quiet nights, relaxation. Uh-huh. Let your heart chakra heal. Let your throat heal. You know, let your butt heal. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Unicali, today some more. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay. I gotta go, y'all. All right. Love you. Bye.